friends, I'm Hannah, and this is my monthly thrift haul video. September was really good to me, and I'm very excited to show you guys what I found. I'm going to start with something that is the most special to me, and that is I found two magazines. The first magazine is the September issue of AARP, because apparently I'm an 80-year-old stuck in a 25-year-old's body. But that's not why I got it. It's because it has Cyndi Lauper on the cover, and of course I love Cyndi Lauper. And it has other 80s flashbacks in it, so that's really fun. And the other magazine, which I oddly matched today, didn't plan that, this is the September 2016 issue in it. I've loved magazines since I was a kid, and I've always wanted to work at one or be in one, and I've never had that chance until now. I love the Outfit Repeater. Pretty much anytime I've seen this issue, I buy it up. Mostly at grocery stores. This one I got lucky enough to find at a thrift store. So if you happen to find it at a thrift store because it's not on newsstands anymore, then you definitely should buy it. Next, I don't think anything can top being in a magazine. This is a set of pins that are themed like Oscar the Grouch. I'll put a close-up picture of them on my Instagram, and I'll leave a link to my Instagram down below this video, so that way you can see them. Then I got what looks like a child's briefcase, but it's not. Music lovers probably recognize this as a cassette tape case. Yeah, cassettes are very hard to store, so I need a lot of storage for mine. Then I have a few items from thredup.com, which is an online consignment store. I had some credit that was expiring. This counts as secondhand to me. So the first thing is a pair of shoes. I had an almost identical pair from Payless earlier in the year, and then they broke, and I didn't feel comfortable buying another pair. But these came up on thredup in my size, a little better. So switch sides so you could see the picture here of this clothes, because it's a cover-up that's black and that has white stars all over it. I also got a gray t-shirt maxi dress. Again, another thing that I did own. Well, now I want another gray maxi dress. The thrifting gods must have got that message, and so they put this one in my path. Thanks, thrifting gods. Then I got another cover-up thing. It's just like some pink scrolling design. I had borrowed a pink kimono from my best friend. I was really excited to find my own pink kimono. And I'm sure my best friend is glad about that too, so I don't have to borrow her kimono again. Then this is a red and white striped dress. I've been trying very hard to find t-shirt style dresses, and just my style's been going to a lot more of a comfortable direction, so this is exactly the kind of thing that I'm looking for, and it fits so good, and I already love it. Even though it still has a tag on it and I haven't worn it. Consider this like the halfway point of my haul, because things are about to get really fun. The next set of stuff I'm going to show you is from a vacation I took this month, and I go on this vacation every fall, and it's basically a thrifting vacation. It's just, I go thrifting all weekend, and it's the best thing ever. And this year seemed especially good. So I'm going to start with the clothes, and the first thing is this black, white, and gray skater skirt. It's not exactly polka dots, it's kind of like hexagons. I am the worst at looking over clothes before I buy them. Like, that's how I end up with ripped and stained things. That's not the case with this. This is even better. It actually had new tags. It's from Kmart, I would say in the 90s. So that's fun. Same store, different section. This is a pair of shoes. I'm always looking for 1980s era shoes because I do a lot of 80s costumes. Plus I just love dressing like the 80s. And shoes, I've never owned a pair of shoes from the 80s. These ones, again, they had like dust and like cobwebs. Whoever bought them apparently just let them sit in the closet for forever. I was kind of grossed out and didn't want to try them on, but I also really wanted them, and so they were right next to some kid clothes, so I grabbed a pair of kids' pants and I cleaned the shoes out real quick so I could try them on in the store. Sorry to whatever kid gets those pants, but they fit, so it worked out. In an interesting turn of events, I actually did end up buying a pair of sweatpants. I've never bought sweatpants at a thrift store before, but these ones just looked so comfortable. And I actually got over my fear of using the dressing room, and I went and tried them on, and they really were comfortable, which is what sold me on them. So that's a first. So since I was feeling, because they're like a thick tweed, well, these ones are anyway, they're like I feel like trying them on. But on this particular vacation this year, we had a motto. It was called No Regrets. You couldn't regret not buying something. So I knew I had to do it, and I'm really glad I did because they're exactly what I've been looking for so many years. Shorts for winter. Who knew? This was totally a no regrets item. I thought it was just kind of ridiculous, but my sister convinced me to buy it. It's a home improvement t-shirt, and it says, "Real men don't need instructions." While I don't necessarily agree with the views or opinions on this shirt, I am a fan of the show Home Improvement. I think it was good for what it was in the 90s, and this will look really great with my sweatpants. It will never see the light of day. This striped tunic took me about 2 seconds to decide that I needed it in my life. First of all, it's like a t-shirt, phone, and my water bottle. Everything in my life is this color. Even my hair. So it's in a good home now. Second to last clothing item is this floral. Do I really need a floral dress? Usually if I get floral, I like it if the base is black because I find it's easier to match with things. And this one has a base of like an olive green. But what sold me on it was the label inside because it's made by a brand called 11. Now, not only is 11 my favorite number, but 11 happens to be a character on the show Stranger Things, which I am obsessed with. So I have Stranger Things to thank for this purchase. And the last clothing item I have is this really rad vest. I have been looking for like an olive green vest, and I haven't had much luck finding one. And then I saw this one and it has like these fake leather, even if you don't even know you need it. I'm just saying, thrift stores are magic. Like I said, that was the last of the clothing, but I still did a lot more thrifting on vacation, and I have a few other things. So one of the other things is a pink Caboodles case. Now, nobody really needs another Caboodles case in their life, except me. But this one was different because it's more of the 80s style Caboodles case, which I have a purple one that I think is a little more 90s. And the other thing is how it looks inside, because this is actually for storing your jewelry. I don't normally travel with this much jewelry, but maybe it's just because I didn't have a case like this to carry it all in. Then I got a giant green crayon. And if you're paying attention to this video, you'll notice that there's already a red and yellow crayon behind me because I collect oversized crayons. So this will join its sister crayons. Is sister crayons a thing? It'll be back there in the next video. Then I got another bag of pins. Same pins that I thrifted. And then there is one special pin that I thrifted all on its own. Well, I got it in an antique store, but still. It's a vintage George Michael pin. Faith? I don't necessarily find George Michael like attractive, but I have that connection to his music, and so I bought it. These cannot be forgotten. I got a pair of sunglasses in the shape of apples, which is a little ironic because I haven't actually eaten an apple in over 4 years. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing that I'm gonna end the haul with these and videos and stuff. Let's find out. First, I got a record player this month. First two to add to my collection are Lionel Richie. What makes these records really fun is what Lionel Richie does inside of them. Oh my gosh. Like, that's such a clever use of space inside a record. Good for you, Lionel Richie. So for cassettes, I got Crowded House, the 80s Hits Back, which is just a bunch of 80s hits. Duh. Got Billy Joel, River of Dreams, Def Leppard, Pyromania, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, which I own, but I don't have a case for it. So now I have the case and 2 copies of the tape. And another Bon Jovi, 7800 Degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, that was a really loud click. Next are all the movies I got, and the only one that I have personally seen is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Everything else is a mystery to me. So I picked up The Curse, which is an 80s movie starring Will Wheaton. This is another 80s hit called She-Devil. It's got Meryl Streep and Roseanne Barr. Then I found 1985's Real Genius starring Val Kilmer. And then I found 3 VHS tapes of the Back to the Future television show that was on in the early 90s. I never saw the show, but I've read about it, which sounds really nerdy. I've read about a TV show, but I'm excited to give these a go. And the last one is an 80s thriller that a few of you recommended. It's called Fright Night. If you're still watching at this point in the haul, you are amazing. I have just a few more things and then I have an exciting announcement. I got a couple CDs. I got the Mean Girls soundtrack, which will be great to listen to on Mean Girls Day coming up. I got Debbie Gibson's Out of the Blue, Cyndi Lauper's 12 Deadly Sins, and the last one looks like it'd be an NSYNC CD, but it's not. And this is not like the Babysitter's Club movie soundtrack thing all over again. I purposely bought the wrong CD. Inside is the Bangles' greatest hits. I was helping my sister look for NSYNC CDs and I happened to open this one up and it was the Bangles instead, and I'm like, well, I'll take the Bangles. So I purposely bought the wrong CD because there was no case for the Bangles. This marks the end of the thrift haul, but now I still have some more things to say. One of you, maybe one or two of you out of 15,000, requested that I make a thrifted lookbook video, and I thought that was a really great idea. I was going to do it whether you guys requested it or not. So what I want to know from you guys is, out of all the clothes that I thrifted, what 5 things would you want to see styled in a video? Let me know down in the comments, and I just might use your suggestion and you'll see an outfit made of that item in a video next week. I was thinking that was going to be a bigger announcement and I'd have to say more things. I guess not. That's it. Thank you guys very much for watching this thrift haul. Be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know that you like my thrift hauls and I will continue to make them every month. If you're not already, I would encourage you to subscribe so that you can see more videos from me. I make videos other than thrift hauls, but they're all just as awesome. And feel free to follow me all over social media. I'll leave my links down below. If I don't see you on the internet, then hopefully I will see you in my next video. The cashier was pretty jealous. I don't know why you'd be jealous of someone wearing sweatpants, but to each his own.